What is the one thing that is really stopping you from having the life you truly want? Is it your job, your bank account, your circumstances, your past? What if the real culprit, the true mastermind behind all of your self-sabotage and unfulfilled dreams, is a lot closer to home? What if it's that annoying, critical, and deeply pessimistic roommate who lives inside your own head? We all have one. It's the voice of self-doubt that whispers, "You're not good enough." It's the voice of fear that screams, "Don't even try, you'll probably fail." It is the invisible force that keeps us stuck in a life that is fine, when we know we are capable of a life that is absolutely awesome. Jen Sincero's "You Are a Badass" is a hilarious, no-nonsense, and profoundly philosophical slap in the face for anyone who is tired of their own excuses. This is not a gentle, feel-good self-help book. It is a boot camp for your soul. It is a guide to identifying and silencing that inner critic, and a practical, step-by-step manual for finally getting out of your own way, taking control of your own reality, and creating a life you totally, completely, and unapologetically love. The roommate in your head, your limiting subconscious beliefs. Before you can change your life, you first have to understand the invisible enemy that has been running the show. And that enemy is your own subconscious mind, and its collection of what Sincero calls limiting beliefs. Think of your brain as a computer. When you were a little kid, your brain was in full recording mode with almost no filter. It soaked up every message it received from the world around you, from your parents, your teachers, your friends, and the culture at large. These messages became your core programming, the basic operating system for your life. The problem is, a lot of that early programming was probably negative. You might have been told things like, "Money is the root of all evil," or "Don't get your hopes up," or "You're not very good at math." As a child, you accepted these ideas as fundamental truths about the world and about yourself. Your subconscious mind recorded them, and it has been playing them on a non-stop loop, just beneath the surface of your awareness, ever since. Sincero calls this state the big snooze. It's the trance-like state most of us live in, where we are unconsciously acting out these old, outdated, and often completely false beliefs. The job of your subconscious mind, your inner roommate, is to keep you safe in your comfort zone. So the second you try to do something new, something bold, something that challenges those old beliefs, your subconscious hits the big red panic button. It blasts you with feelings of fear, of doubt, and of anxiety to get you to retreat back to what is familiar and safe. The first and most important step to becoming a badass is to wake up from the big snooze. It is to become a conscious observer of your own thoughts. It is to start listening to the stories that the roommate in your head is telling you, and to have the courage to ask a simple, powerful question. Is that really true? You can't change a belief you don't know you have. The work begins with awareness. Your brain's new playlist, The Art and Science of Mindset. So how do you actually change these deep-seated subconscious beliefs? You can't just tell yourself to stop thinking them. That's like trying not to think of a pink elephant. You have to actively and deliberately replace the old negative programming with new, more empowering thoughts. You have to give your brain a new playlist. You Are a Badass is filled with powerful, practical, and science-backed tools for this mental rewiring. The first and most powerful of these tools is gratitude. It sounds simple, it sounds cliché, but it is a total game changer. Sincero argues that it is impossible to be in a state of gratitude and a state of fear at the exact same time. Gratitude literally changes your brain chemistry and shifts your energetic frequency. When you are focused on what you are thankful for, you are sending a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more good things. The practice is simple. Every single day, write down or say out loud a list of things you are grateful for, from the biggest blessings in your life to the smallest, most mundane pleasures. This simple act retrains your brain to look for the good in your life, which in turn attracts more good into it. The next tool is the use of affirmations and mantras. Now, a lot of people are skeptical about this, and for good reason. Just standing in front of a mirror and repeating "I am a millionaire" when your bank account is empty can feel like a delusional and pointless lie. But Sincero's approach is more about changing your story. An affirmation is a powerful present-tense statement that declares your new reality. You have to find a statement that feels good and believable to you. Instead of "I am a millionaire," a more powerful starting point might be, "I am open and available to receive new and exciting opportunities for wealth." You repeat this mantra throughout your day. You write it down. You feel it in your body. What you are doing is carving a new neural pathway in your brain. You are consciously choosing a new thought and practicing it until it becomes your new, automatic, subconscious belief. Another essential tool is meditation. Your brain is a noisy, chaotic place. Meditation is the practice of hitting the mute button on the constant, anxious chatter of your mind. It is not about stopping your thoughts. It is about the simple act of observing your thoughts without judgment as they float by. Even just 5 minutes a day of sitting in silence and focusing on your breath can create a space of deep peace and clarity. In that space, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. And in that space, you can begin to connect with your true, powerful, badass self that exists beneath all the noise. And finally, there is the powerful practice of visualization. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When you take the time to close your eyes and to truly, deeply, and emotionally feel what it would be like to have the life you desire, you are programming your brain for that reality. You are creating a clear and compelling target for your mind to move towards. Visualization is not just daydreaming, it is a rehearsal for your future. Tapping into the source, the woo-woo that actually works. This is where the book gets a little woo-woo for some people, but it is also where its deepest and most powerful philosophy lies. Sincero talks a lot about what she calls source energy, but you can call it whatever you want. The universe, God, the field of infinite potential, the force. It is the universal, creative, and intelligent energy that flows through all things and from which all things are created. And the big life-changing idea is this: you are not separate from it. You are a part of it, and you can learn to co-create with it. Imagine the universe is a giant, fast-flowing river, and for most of your life you have been trying to paddle your little canoe upstream, against the current. It's exhausting. It feels like a constant struggle. Tapping into source energy is the act of finally turning your canoe around and allowing the powerful, intelligent current of the river to carry you towards your desires. How do you do this? The first step is to get really, really clear on what you want, and to have the courage to ask for it. The second step is to have faith. Faith is not a passive waiting game. It is an active and powerful state of trust. It is the unwavering belief that the universe is a friendly place, that it is conspiring in your favor, and that it is in the process of delivering to you the things you have asked for. This is the core of the law of attraction. It is not magic, it is a powerful psychological and philosophical principle. What you focus on, you attract more of. Your thoughts and your feelings are a form of energy, a frequency that you are broadcasting out into the universe. If your dominant frequency is one of fear, of lack, and of doubt, you will attract more circumstances that match that frequency. But if you can learn to consciously and deliberately cultivate a frequency of gratitude, of joy, and of unwavering faith, you will begin to attract people, opportunities, and circumstances that are a match for that new, higher frequency. This isn't about sitting on the couch and wishing for a Ferrari to appear in your driveway. It is about getting into energetic alignment with your desires, and then taking the inspired, real-world actions that the universe presents to you. It's a dance, a partnership, between your own personal effort and the supportive creative energy of the universe itself. The art of action, how to actually be a badass. All the positive thinking and all the faith in the universe is completely useless without one key non-negotiable ingredient: action. This is the part that separates the dreamers from the doers. Being a badass means getting out of your head, getting off your couch, and getting into the messy, imperfect, and often scary world of real-world action. The first and most important step is to make a decision. Sincero says that the universe loves clarity, and it loves speed. Being indecisive is a state of stagnant, wishy-washy energy. It sends a confusing signal to the universe. Making a clear, firm, and committed decision is like placing a powerful order. It is a declaration that you are serious. Even if you don't know exactly how you are going to achieve your goal, the simple act of deciding that you will achieve it is a massive and powerful first step. And that action will almost certainly require you to get out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is a pleasant place, but it is a place where nothing ever grows. Being a badass means being willing to be uncomfortable. It means having that difficult conversation, making that scary sales call, publishing that first blog post, even when your hands are shaking and the roommate in your head is screaming at you. Sincero's philosophy on fear is a powerful one. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a compass. the things you are most afraid of are often the very things you most need to do to grow. Leaning into that fear, and taking action in spite of it, is how you expand your comfort zone and become a bigger, more capable version of yourself. One of the most powerful actions you can take is to invest in yourself. This means spending your time, your energy, and yes, your money on your own growth. It means hiring a coach, taking a course, going to a seminar, something that will help you to learn and to grow. It is a powerful act of faith. It is a signal to yourself and to the universe that you believe you are worthy of the investment. When you have skin in the game, you are far more likely to show up and do the hard work. The money mindset, how to get rich, you badass. Finally, let's talk about money. For so many of us, this is the area of our lives that is most infected with limiting beliefs and negative programming. We are taught that wanting money is greedy, that it's the root of all evil, that it's hard to come by, or that spiritual people shouldn't care about it. Sincero calls this out as a pile of self-sabotaging nonsense. Money, she argues, is just a form of energy. It is a tool, and it is a tool that can be used to expand your life, to help other people, and to do an immense amount of good in the world. Becoming a badass means healing your relationship with money. It means looking at your bank account without cringing. It means respecting and being grateful for the money you have, no matter how little it may seem. And it means being willing and open to receiving an abundance of it. You have to believe you are worthy of wealth in order to attract it. This requires you to get over your fear of selling, to learn how to promote yourself and your work with confidence, and to create a clear plan for how you are going to generate the income you desire. Most importantly, it requires you to get clear on the fact that your financial reality is a direct reflection of your mindset. If you have a scarcity mindset, you will always struggle with money. If you can cultivate a true, deep-seated mindset of abundance, you will begin to attract it into your life. The core message of this book is a simple and deeply empowering one. Love yourself. Sincero says, you are a badass. It's not something you have to become, it is something you have to remember. The entire journey of this book is about peeling away all the layers of self-doubt, of fear, and of negative programming that have been piled on top of the magnificent, powerful, and creative being that you already are. It is about forgiving yourself for your past mistakes, embracing your unique and quirky genius, and deciding once and for all that you are worthy of a ridiculously awesome life. And from that place of radical self-love, you take action. You do the things that scare you. You trust the universe. You get up one more time than you fall down. That's it. That's the whole secret. This is a deep inquiry into the very nature of your own potential. If you are ready to stop making excuses and to start creating a life that you are wildly in love with, then you are in the right place. Welcome to Geeky Philosopher. Subscribe, and let's continue to explore the philosophies that empower us to live bigger, better, and more badass lives.